science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image, but I know without a doubt that it's because of your lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance.
The man.
I Selassie, I say, any country that use.
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley West McPherson. January 28th, 2020. We're live on Pegasus on Channel 13. Spectral TV Cable Network. We're live in the studio and you can call in tonight. Area code 607-272-0319. You might have something to say or you might want to get in on the discussion tonight. But if you missed tonight, we have a broadcast 6 days a week. And guess what? We are working around your schedule. And if you don't have cable or Spectrum, we can send you a direct link to your phone or your tablet, but you can have the show. And Pegasus has a website as well, so hey, you can see it on Pegasus. And we on all the social medias, so hey, you can get the show. Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitter, blog. Yes, we are there. We're everywhere. So you can get the show. And guess what? We have a YouTube channel, so you can see it. Tonight's show, and you can see the past. The previous shows that what we've been telling you from the beginning is true and correct. But, hey, we can help you. So, hey, this is what we do, what matters at the round table. Also, I want to give a shout out to my grandkids. I like to encourage them, stay in school. Make sure that you stay in school, storm, and sunshine. Don't take no for an answer. That's what I'm telling you. Also, I want to give a shout out to my ladies. Let them know that, hey, I see you. Judy Cash. Also, Nina K. Kendra H. Sunshine from Baltimore, Maryland. Rosestar S. from New York. And Chela from the Bronx. Also, Andrea Rachi, a Japanese woman, and a Syrian woman named Jasmine. Yes, she also watched the show, and guess what? She's a Syrian woman, and guess what? She loves the show as well. So I want to give all you ladies a shout out. Let y'all know, do you. Don't let nobody tell you how to do you. Do you. Also, the four Sophies. Yes, my sister Sophie the Chain Gang. Yes, and also Sophie Selfie 224, 6'9". Yes, she's 6'9" for real. In California. Also, Sophie crew member. Yes, and my niece, Little Sophie. Yes. Also, we just want to let people know, hey, we see you. And I got a DJ from Portugal, DJ Hannah B. And she's doing her thing. Okay, that's her DJ. Do you. I would like to see you in New York. So you can spin those wheels. DJ Hannah B, get on the wheels. Also, we just want to let those know we got the Jackies. They watch the show. One of them is doing voting. She's a voter. Make sure people get their ballot in. And I just want to let that Jackie know, hey, listen, I see you. Keep up the good work. That'll come around again in November. Okay. Also, my niece, Vivian Johnson. She has a book. And guess what? You can get it. Okay? Because I know our chief and commander can use this. Because what they're talking about this man, okay, that they got the evidence, they got the goods on him, he need this. Because if he gonna stay in office for 4 more years, he need this. And guess what? He better get it quick, okay? He need to get it tweeted. I don't care how he get it, but he need it. And I'm telling you, by Vivian Johnson, need prayer. And chief and commander, you need this. So you get it tweeted. I don't care how you get it, but you better get it now. And he can get it at any store, online, Amazon. I don't care where he get it from, but he need it. And he need it now, okay? Because that's 4 more years for him. So, hey, I'm trying to help you, okay? So, hey, that's what we do here, try to help you at the round table. Also, here in the studio, live, co-host, Milton, Webb. Milton, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Stan. How you?
Good.
Hey, everybody, what's up? I gotta give a shout out to my main man, to somebody I've been knowing for years. A tragedy has happened in California, and it's stretched all the way to Philadelphia. And I would like to say to Joe Jellybean Bryant and his wife, we are very sorry for your loss of Kobe Bryant. I met Jellybean a long time ago, him and Nate Archibald. Jellybean's, well, we call him Jellybean, y'all call him Joe Bryant. Cousin used to live next door to me. Him and Nate Archibald came through one time, and Kobe was with him. It's a tragedy of what happened and how it happened. And all I can say is, from my family here at the round table, what matters, that matters. And for all of y'all out there that knew that young man, hey, we lost a good one. We lost somebody that was there, somebody that knows the world is not a better place without him. He was doing a lot of things, and his family, we send you our condolences also. His wife and the rest of his children. You never know when it's your time. You never know when it's going to happen to you. So, you know, it doesn't make a difference on what you got, what you don't got, what you think you're going to have. You never know. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And we lost not only a sports icon, someone that did his best at everything that he does. Black Mamba, we gonna miss you. Kobe, I'm telling you. It was a shock to me when I heard it. So, everybody that's out there, you know, say a prayer for his family and his mother and father. Stanley, let's get it on.
Yeah, that definitely is a tragedy, because it came across my phone, and I was like, didn't even know, because it didn't say anything. It's just one of his old pictures, and then one of his basketball pictures, you know, and you know, it was like crazy. So you don't want to speculate, you know, you don't want to get mad, you know, because you know, it's like Milton said, you don't know. when it's time, you know. When we look at inventions, you know, we make them, you know, and they'll be the same ones that take us out of here, you know. So, hey, that's all I can say about that. But we do want to turn the page to, we've been looking at how the banks are getting our money. We also been looking at law enforcement, how they have set us up from the beginning, okay? And this came across my mind that how they have put drugs in our area, put it in our neighborhoods, all right? And they made profit, but when you took upon yourself to try to make profit from that, back in the days in 74, Nixon came out, okay, President Nixon came out with a new drug enforcement law, okay, and he wanted to crack down on everybody that was selling drugs, and most likely it was black, Negroes, it's everything, Nicky Barnes, you name it, Lucas, all of them. Everybody that he felt that was selling drugs, that was making it, okay, he cracked down on them, okay? And he sent the team after them. And he sent the gangs after them, okay? And the gangs are the gangs in blue. But here's the catch. When they brought it, the government brought it in our areas, because my uncle came from World War II. And not just he came back, but they came back with drugs. Not him, but the government brought from other countries and flooded Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn with drugs. And he told me as a young lad, stay away from drugs. That's what he told me, because he knew something that I didn't know. Yeah. That they was bringing drugs in this country. The government was.
Of course.
And he knew that. And what they did was they didn't just get some of his friends, but they got the ones that was fighting for this country and got them hooked on drugs.
They got them hooked on drugs before they brought them back.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so this is the whole thing. Now, what did they do? They did something different. The government, don't forget, their wheels are turning. They use drugs. They lock everybody up. You got so many African-American Negroes, women and men in prison for drugs, okay? And some of them got life for not just one bag, not even a half a bag, and they got life. But here's the catch. They didn't just went from that. They see that we cracked down on that, and we know what they're doing with that, so where they went to? They went to the banks, okay? They went to the banks. They use you now, and now the banks is doing the same thing the government was doing when they was dealing with drugs in our community. Now the banks are robbing you the same way the government was doing it. And now here's what they do. They sign this paper, and they take all your money, and they say, oh, well, this is a maintenance fee. Oh, well, you don't get no interest. They get the interest. Oh, no, your credit didn't go through. Where's the paperwork? They got it. They got the money, and they got everything, and you got nothing. That's what they're doing now. They're doing the same thing the government was doing when they was planting drugs in our area. Now the banks are doing it, and now we know what they're doing. And so guess what we're doing? We're going after the money. And not just that, but here's the catch. The money ain't theirs, it's yours. And I can prove that, because the money is mine, and I'm going for what's mine, okay? So this is what we're telling you, okay? We can give you, and we can teach these to you, okay? We know them, and we can teach them to you, okay? So you ain't gonna be in poverty. we've been fighting for a living wage for like 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're going to have more than a living wage because the money that you have is yours. And we don't want none of it because we're going to have our own money, new money, okay? And this is what we're doing in 2020. So, hey, just like them before us was cracking down on drugs that they were putting in our team and putting it in our area, cracking down on them, the defense, the deacons of defense and all of them that was doing it before us, the Black Panthers and all of these teams, movement, stop, everybody that was helping and getting rid of drugs that the government had brought in our country because they brought it here and they got paid off it. And now when you try to do it, they lock you up, okay? And my thing was, when you did it, you were supposed to, boom, change your direction, okay? Because the Bible said a man steal, he can steal long as he gonna feed himself if he's hungry, okay? Now, after you get finished hungry, then you're supposed to do something different. But no, right. They got you and they locked you up. But when Nixon got caught in the Watergate scandal,
controversy.
Okay, when he got caught, and then Chuck Colson went down with him, and they all went down. Oh, it wasn't a pretty sight, but yet they are saying we're coming after you, but they was in the scandal and bad things themselves. So what I'm telling you is they looking at you, but the focus is on them.
No, the focus is on the people in the street to keep the focus off of them. Okay? See, this is what happens. You're messing around here, and they're sending 15, 16 tankers, all right, full of marijuana, cocaine, heroin, whatever, all right? 2 tankers get caught over here, but you got 14 over here going by. Ain't nobody messing with them. So when the government says, you know, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, they don't want you to make that money off of drugs. They want to make it all right? So once they get it and they distribute it and you think you're making money, but you ain't making nothing. Not compared to what they got. You ain't making nothing. How you going to sell something and only make $400-500? To you, is that a lot of money? Is that enough time for you to mess around and get caught? That's not enough time for you to pay your lawyer. That's why you wind up in jail. That's why you can't get out. That's why they give you a public defender. And when that public defender comes to defend you, he don't care if you go to jail or not because he's going to get paid regardless.
That's right.
So therefore, you got to sit back and you got to look at this stuff. Who's doing what? How this is happening? And this is the same thing with the banks. You go in here and you sign this note talking about you want a loan, and the next thing you know, they're telling you that your loan is denied. But then again, they take that signature that you put on that piece of paper,
that's right,
right on down to the Federal Reserve, and they get 3 times as much as what that loan was worth, and you don't get a dime.
That's right.
So therefore, when you going up here to try to keep your house, and you're going to get this loan, and they don't mess around and give it to you, and then they take your house.
That's right.
They don't care nothing about where you going after that.
Nope.
They don't care nothing about if you got to live in your car if they didn't take your car, okay? So they don't care about that. But they do care about you being in poverty because when the stuff hit the fan, pay attention, y'all. I told y'all last week, pay attention because they're running this stuff back to slavery days. They're trying to pass, like Stanley said, they're trying to pass that red bill.
That's right.
To take your guns. And once they take your guns, they coming at you. Because now you don't have no defense.
That's right.
You ain't like the deacons of defense. You burn across my yard, I'm going to shoot at you. All right, that's what's happening. You shoot this young man over here, I'm shooting you. This is what happened in the deacons of defense. They don't want you to come up out of poverty. They do not want you to mess around and get anything that's yours. But we know how to get it.
That's right.
And all you got to do is get with us and we'll show you how to get it. Because when they mess around there and figure out, hey, wait a minute, we can keep his money, we can do this and we can do that. And when you go to the bank and they tell you, oh yeah, you can be approved in 3 days. But when you go back in 3 days, you're not approved. So now what is that telling you? All they wanted to do was get your signature on that piece of paper.
That's it.
And that number that you was trying to borrow, they take that to the Federal Reserve and they get 3 times as much. And you still out there trying to figure out how you going to get some money. So therefore, what they do in that aspect is, hey, look here, sell this pound of cocaine and you can make some money. Sell this pound of reefer and you can make some money. But while you trying to sell that, the bank done told the police, look here, this is what's up now. All right? Remember, they think we're all creatures of habit. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And then when they kick your dough down, what you got? Now you're dirty. Now they got you. But the gang got your money. The gang got your product. And when it comes right down to it, the gang got you. So what are you going to do? You're going to let your wife and kids get separated from your wife? So you're going to take that hit. You mess around and get 15, 20 years for half a pound of reefer.
Let me tell you how dirty the banks are.
Oh, they dirty too.
This man got a settlement from Detroit. He won a settlement for racial discrimination. Okay? Discrimination. He won a settlement. So he took his check to the bank.
That he got from the other bank.
He took his check to the bank.
Man.
And he went and cashed the check. And the bank, TCF Bank, and the bank says that this check that he brought to them was a fraud. That's what they said. And so they call the police. They call the law enforcement. They call the gang. You see? Stay with me. They call the gang. And when they called the gang, this man called his lawyer. And when he called his lawyer gave the bank the information that they needed for that check. Where he got it from, where he won it, whatever. They gave him documentation. Now, the bank had that. And then the bank still said, no, we don't want to cash it. It's a fraud. So they discriminate on this man. And now he turned around and his lawyer, and it was in the Post too, because I was reading it, they got a lawsuit on TCF Bank because they discriminate on him, okay? Because they didn't want to cash his check. He went to Chase in 12 hours, his check cleared, and he got his money. Now, this is what I'm telling you. The banks, when they see you, color, Negro, the first thing they think is you pulling a scam, everything is a fraud, you ain't supposed to have this kind of money, you ain't supposed to have this much money, and this is what they do. And so the news, the Post, because it was a big article, and I was reading it, and they were saying, this is what the banks does, okay? Anybody of color that come in there with a big settlement or big check or some kind of big money, the first thing they say is a fraud, and it's not. And this man, okay, Thomas, he brought a suit against them, the bank. That's right. And I said, that's exactly what he's supposed to do, okay? Because now he's got another discrimination lawsuit against the bank.
That's two.
Okay? And this is what they do, all right? And so you can see that's why they call the police, because they wanted them to arrest this man, okay, so he couldn't cash his check. And that's what they want to do. And that's the same thing the banks does. They do everything to get you away from what you're supposed to be doing.
Your money.
Your money. Cash your check. Get the cash. Because they don't want to turn the money loose. And this is what we've been telling you from the beginning. It's just your money. This was this man's money. But they refused to give him his money. So what he got? He's got a lawsuit on him. And he went to another bank and cashed a check. His check was cashed. Okay? So we can see what they're doing. All right? What you need to do is capitalize off what they do. Okay? Because we know they're wrong. And we have the tools. We know, and we can teach them to you. Okay? So that's what we do. So, hey, listen, we going to stay on the banks. Reason why? Because the banks is watching, and they don't like to follow the law. That's what it is. Banking law, the federal law, they don't like to follow nothing, but guess what? We make them follow it. That's what we're going to do. So, hey, we will pick this up and tell you more about this, because we know that you're going through this. So we're going to help you get your money for 2020. Good night.
Put on the gun and make we farm up the ground. Gonna see from what here, too much blood a run. Put on the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession of food, Africa in a ground. Put on the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a use. Take this message from this Rasta man. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. Gonna see from what here, too much blood a run. Put on the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession of food, Africa in a ground. Put on the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a use. Take this message from this Rasta man. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. Gonna see from what here, too much blood a run. Put on the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession of food, Africa in a ground. Put on the gun and make we farm up